Traders, what is up? It's Dan, Market Scalper D. All right, what are the 4 things that you need to take a trade, right? The best trading setup, okay? Number 1 is you got to have a game plan, right? Every single time that you trade, you need to write down at what point am I going to be out? And at what target do I think this has the potential to make? At that point, number 2, the market will give you an entry, okay? It's going to give you a pitch. You're the batter and you swing, right? Crack. You're in the trade. At that point, you're leveling the playing field with the market, right? At what point are you going to be above break even? Which should be right away. And at that point, you're basically setting your stop loss, okay? And you're going to move. Number 3 will be your limit sells, and you're going to ride that trade in your direction, okay? And you're constantly moving this level up as the profit goes into the green, right? And you're setting more levels, and you're taking a larger chunk of capital out of the market on that trade. You got to remember that the market is 3-dimensional, so they're going to make money on the way down to come back and hit your break even. The 0 DTEs are constantly being manipulated and hedged by the market makers, right, to remain delta neutral. As the market moves, they have to keep their game plan in check by making sure that they trap as many different option players in the market as they can. And that's why you're seeing these explosive moves in the market up and down, is so they can essentially be at the right price at the right time throughout the day, and including by the price of the closing bell on that ticker that you're looking at, puts everyone exactly where they needed them to be to hedge their risk, right? So number 3 into 4, you're essentially just managing your risk with knowing that your break even level, you're out. So if you're trading and not swing trading or building a position in the market, right? Your whole job is to make money. When you're back to break even, you're out. There's no emotions. There's only the discipline that you had in place to understand that these moves can happen so quick that they're going to trap you in the level that they want you at. And you don't want to always barrel yourself in and average down into a position, because that's how you wipe out 20 beautiful trades with just one. If you have the right capital to trade with, that also can be dangerous, because you can use that money to dig your way out of a trade and then come out in the green, right? But the one time you've ever over leveraged, that's how people blow accounts, right? And that's how most people don't become successful day traders, is they're constantly struggling with that break even, right? They were holding overnight and boom, the market gaps down, right? Or gaps up. If you're short, that can crush you, right? It can gap up and now you're trapped in a position where you gave yourself a week to be right by time. And if you're not a 0 DTE trader and in and out and scalping the markets, you could lose 50% of your entire trading account by being over leveraged in a position, right? So basically number 4 is just in the day green. You're break even, you're out. You took profits using limit orders, right, and limit sells. So basically you're always hedging at what point am I going to be right on the pullback, and then your trade automatically executes and you're out. And that's the way you basically stay green in the markets short term. And that's how you can pay yourself short term, is extracting as much capital as you can out of the financial markets. And just, don't let emotions get the best of you, right? That's the hardest part. And don't let greed, right? Don't let greed get a hold of you, because the worst case scenario is you just get stopped out and now all of a sudden you have to re-enter, right? So the larger you grow your account, then that's all you really need to just jump back in and have multiple swings now that we have the PDT rule is gone, right? So they're unleashing the full power of retail in the market. You can no longer get trapped in positions And these algorithms are going to be all over the place trying to figure out how to manage the risk. So with your market exposure and your screen time, it will give you everything that you need to become a better trader, right? Until then, keep your stop losses tight, and then keep your trades green. And that's how you become a successful trader. Take care.